This conference will now be recorded.
Right, good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 27th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what we're doing and learn from it and transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. ES, we've seen a bit of a retracement over the last day. This could be, we did make a higher high here. This could be a double top. I'm not expecting it to be. We would need to get through support at the monthly pivot at 55.71, and I'm expecting that to be solid now. And there's not an awful lot else here, which is looking particularly bearish, but there is a potential level top here, and I am watching it. At the moment, we're testing the weekly pivot of support, and that's been holding more or less so far. Might go a bit lower. But as I said, I'm expecting the monthly pivot to hold support. If we were to break down through that, then we would have a target, which would be in about the 54.90 area, I think. But I'm not really expecting to see that. Sooner or later, I'm expecting to see a retest this high, likely within a few days. NQ, this looks like a bull flag forming straight up. No double top here. This could be a head and shoulders, however. Maybe a bit more downside here, but one way or another, I think this is likely to be a flag forming. RTY, we've actually got a really, really small head and shoulders here. You can see it's broken down. Might fail here at the test of the monthly pivot and weekly pivot double support. If it goes lower, then the target's pretty much or slightly below the weekly pivot, 22.02. All right, looking at YM. We're still holding the support trend line here, which we've broken on ES, and that trend line that we'd missed on NDX has actually broken as well. But YM still holding the support trend line here, hasn't really done much to the downside. Possible little head and shoulders here. As I said, we could see a bit more downside here, but really I'm leaning towards basically flags forming. Consolidation for a move up. On DAX, we are already moving up, and ESDX is pretty close to the prior high as well. So I'm expecting these to come back up and retest these highs in all probability. We will see how that goes. DAX is a lot closer than ESDX is. All right, great. Let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. Right. Okay, now just to mention, we're still pretty close. We're still on, this is the SPX ADP daily chart that I posted the other day, and notice how we have hit this level here. This is usually a good sign that a retracement is close. I'm assuming it's going to go a little higher first and retest the all-time highs, which we should do, really. That's but I am just aware of this chart. Looking at SPX, on the 5 minute, we've broken the rising channel support, and we do have a nice looking potential level top. Hourly chart, no negative divergence. 15-minute chart. Oh, sorry, we've got hourly chart. We've got an RSI 14 sell signal fix. Sorry, I'm just going to fix that. Hang on. That's an RSI 14, not an RSI 5. And we're still playing that out. I think basically this is a consolidation before we go up and retest the all-time high. The SPX ADP chart is suggesting that we're going to see a larger retracement after that, but I don't think large enough to get us down 400 points. There's nothing to indicate we'd go that far. We're only slightly over the 45 DMA. In terms of the Bollinger Bands, we are testing pretty close to a test of the daily upper bound, but we would need to go significantly beyond the retest of the all-time high to get to that. We do have a possible daily RSI 5 sell signal brewing. Another day's downside could potentially fix that. All right, NDX. NDX on the 15-minute chart, we've broken the rising support that we hadn't quite hit. This very much looks like a bull flag forming from the high. On the hourly chart, we've still got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed, and it could be that we're going to make the target on that. Today, on the daily chart, we've got no current divergence worth the mention. We'd need to set some up. We'd need really to see it retest the high. Looking at Dow, Dow is still holding the rising channel at the moment. On the hourly chart, we've got a weak RSI 14 sell signal, which is fixed and not made target yet, and is showing absolutely no sign of making that target. We're pretty close to retest this high already. Pretty much made that yesterday, and I think that was a marginal new all-time high on Dow yesterday. So this has been leading the pack up, and NDX has been trailing. So looking at the looking at the daily chart, we've got a possible RSI 5 sell signal brewing here, and at the moment, no sign of weakness at all. We shall see. All right, let's have a look at IWM. All right, IWM. We've got some trend lines here. We could be rolling over and doing a bit of a retracement. I think there would likely be more upside afterwards. On the 15-minute chart, we've got a 15-minute RSI 14 sell signal fixed. Hourly chart, nothing. But we're getting pretty close to a retest of this 2024 high, and I think we may well see that. But it's not the all-time high because, of course, that was made still in 2021. On the daily chart, no current divergence on the RSI 5, so just waiting to see. But I think the odds of getting a retest this high are not bad at all. We shall see. All right. Overall, I'm thinking that we're just doing a bit of retracement here. We do have a potential level top here. If we were to break down from that and do a solid break, that would have a target in about the 54.90 area. I'm not really expecting to see that. There's not much in the way of signals and other indications that we would see that. But I am thinking we may well see some more retracement today. So we will see how that goes. And as it is, we've just tested, is that yesterday's low? No. Yeah, it was yesterday's low. We just tested yesterday's low and go slightly beyond it. I think likely we're in a flag consolidation and we likely go higher afterwards. Okay, let's have a look at DX. DX is trying to rally a bit here, might still be bottoming out. I'm thinking we may see a larger rally here. ZB is breaking down from this wedge. It looks like it's breaking down, though, at the moment in a bull flag forming. So that would be setting up at least a retest of this high and potentially heading back up to retest this high. Looking at CL. Nice move. It's stalled below the monthly pivot at the moment. It looks like a little bull flag forming. If we can break and convert this, then we can actually do some damage to the upside. But until then, this is a significant barrier. Although it's only a barrier, of course, until the end of the month. NG has gone lower, and this IHS is deteriorating quality. I'm leaning towards, at this stage, probably retesting this low, and potentially that could open the way for lower, although that could be make this IHS the second low of a double bottom. Looking at GC, stalled near the highs. We are up against trendline resistance here, which I'm watching. SI has gone a little higher, but it's still nowhere near these targets in the 31.25 and 32 area. On HG, gone a little higher. Is this an IHS? Possibly. But we're testing the monthly pivot here, break and convert that, and we can do some damage to the upside. We've got some encouraging buy signals on the daily chart. All right, quickly going through UUSD. Looks like it needs a bit of a reversal. I've got rising support here in about the 1.109 area. GBP USD may be reversing here. Looks as though we've got a little double top. USD JPY is still continuing at the moment down towards this target here in about the 141.3 area. Sorry, 141.4 area, I think. It may well reach that. Certainly it's not turned back up. I was thinking it might. USD CAD may well be bottoming out here. Week 6-minute buy signal is fixed. Actually, that's a full-size one now. Looking at Australian dollar, pretty close to a test of support. This rising wedge is encouraging for seeing some a pullback here. NZUSD, potential little level top, not a lot else to note. KC, we've gone a little higher here, and we've tested this trend line here again. So this trend line is now 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, which is a nice trend line. Didn't touch the support trend line first, which was odd. Wondering if we've got a topping pattern forming here. So still got a 60-minute sell signal, which almost fell yesterday, but not quite. SB has broken up for a double bottom here. It's got targets in the 20.4 to 20.6 area, but really I think we'd be looking at a retest of this high here at 20.75. I like the double bottom. CC has gone a bit higher. It's gone over the obvious channel resistance, if this was a channel. I don't really have an obvious trend line here, so I think we're going to have to wait till the next high is. It may just break up and head up into a retest of this high here in the 9,000 area. Looking at CT, broken up for a double bottom with a target in the 75.1 to 75.4 area. On wheat, we've gone a little lower. possible 60-minute buy signal brewing, 60-minute buy signal fixed on corn, and we're still at the moment. This double bottom broke up, but at the moment this looks like this is actually a bear flag forming. I'm leaning towards it being that instead. Looking at lumber, lumber has broken down towards the monthly pivot, testing that as support. Live cattle, waiting for a break over the declining resistance. If we see that, then we may well start an impulse up to come back and retest this high. On lean hogs has gone higher, and at the moment, nothing compelling saying that it's going to do anything other than continue to go higher. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at ES again. ES. We have a nice looking double top here. If we were to see a sustained break below the monthly pivot, then this would have a target in the 54.90 area. Is there much saying that that's actually going to be seen? No, there isn't. So I'm not really expecting to see that at all. I've got what looks like a bull flag forming on NQ, although that could be read as a head and shoulder pattern. I'm expecting this to be a consolidation, maybe go down a little lower. Should respect this low here in the 55.80 area. I'm not really expecting to see any lower than that. We do have some open 60-minute sell signals, which may well be playing out over the rest of the day. After we're done with this, I'm expecting to see a retest of the all-time high, and we've already seen that on Dow, although not quite on YM. But we saw that on Dow yesterday. That was the first of SPX next, and I think there's a decent chance we'll retest the highs on IWM and NQ as well. All right, great. In that case, well, we've got no questions. Yeah, he really enjoyed it. He's not sure. He's doing it in tandem. He's not sure he's going to try it solo, but he's thinking about it. It's so no skydiving. He really enjoyed that, and actually, I might try it myself. It's because he said it was a lot easier on the knees than he was expecting. I've got a dodgy cruciate ligament, which is why I wasn't going with him. But actually, I think my concerns there may have been overblown, so I might actually try it. All right, great. In that case, I think it's a wrap. I'll have everything posted as soon as possible, and I'll catch you guys later.